guys are all like reporters and you're all here to hear what Claressa has to say. But I have my own list of questions.
For me?
For you.
Oh, it should be
So I hope
interesting.
you're ready.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Here it comes.
All right. Why boxing?
Well, I'm an all-around athlete. I played basketball. I played football before. I ran track. In football, I was a running back. I could run. I got some wheels on me. But
Flag or tackle?
it was flag. I was in elementary. But when I walked into the boxing gym, it kind of it felt like that's where I belonged at. You know, I ran track and I used to always, outrun the guys, but people would look at you weird, like, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to beat the guys. And when I went down to the gym, my former coach, Jason, who I'm actually about to start back working with in my pro career, he accepted me working hard in the gym, and he never judged me for it, and he wanted me to work 10 times harder than the men because he felt I was better, and he expected a lot out of me. So that's why I just kind of stuck with boxing like my family.
The point you mentioned, in my opinion, and you tell me if you agree, but I feel like when we go to the gym, we as women, we work harder than the guys simply because we don't walk in there thinking we know how to fight. Most of the time, the guys come in the gym, they already think they know how to fight. So what we come in with a little more open-mindedness, more willing to accept and absorb the knowledge that trainers have for us. Do you feel it that way?
Yeah, I agree with that, but then also, when you walk into the gym, I always walk in the gym feeling like I know how to fight, I know how to box, but I have to prove it to everybody that's around. So it's like, I can say I'm a 2-time Olympic gold medalist and I'm all this and I'm all that, but at the same time, there are still people that, wouldn't pay me. You have to prove it to them. Like, this is what boxing is about. And I felt like walking into the gym, I knew I could fight. I know I was one of the best fighters in the gym, but I always felt like I had to get over that, being a female barrier. So I had to always work extremely hard so they would notice and I would be respected in the gym.
Absolutely. And you hit on something else. And I think that you agree with this. I just wanted to be known as a good fighter. Mm-hmm. I wanted people at the end of the night, when they left, was fortunate enough to fight on some of those Tyson shows and stuff. And I just wanted them to walk out there and say, wow, that was a good fight. Not she was a good woman fighter, she's a good fighter. Mm-hmm. And I think it sounds like that's the same mentality that you have. It's about being a fighter. It's not about being a woman fighter.
Yeah, I think that's when people look at, we live in a male-dominated country, sadly, and, I think men are extremely intimidated by strong women. They put a cap on how strong a woman should be. So when you see a woman who's beyond that and her cup is running over, you kind of just like, I think you shy away from it, and it kind of makes you not like women's boxing because, I'm on social media extremely too much, I think. And I read every comment that ever comes my way because I have the time to. I read every comment. And, some of the guys who look at my videos and they say, women shouldn't box. And I say, why? Right. Or they even look at pictures. I'm like, why do you feel that way? Boxing is a man's sport, they say. I say, well, I'm fighting against another woman. I'm not fighting against a man.
Right, exactly.
But then when they see videos of me beating up a guy, was he taking it easy on her? Right. I don't think he was taking it easy on me getting beat up that bad. Right. So it's still like they're just not intimidated, and a lot of men haven't even had enough courage in themselves to actually go on YouTube and YouTube Layla Ali, Christy Martin, Claressa Shields, see it right here. They don't want to do it because they don't want to accept that. I think that I fight better than 90% of the men that box now, especially on TV.
One of my goals for 2017 is to eliminate the gender labels in boxing. No more talking about men's boxing or women's boxing, just boxing. And I chose the words carefully when I said to someone the other day, the goal with Claressa is to have her be in her career, the pound-for-pound king of the sport. Period. Not the best woman. We're not using queen. No, we're not using queen. The pound-for-pound #1 in the sport. Period. Not the best woman. Not the best.
So you're not saying king or queen?
No, exactly.
I'm the best.
No, I did say king, but I undid it because of you. You just
okay.
You just cleaned me up. Yeah.
Okay.
Pound for pound #1. That's the goal.
Yeah.
No labels, no nothing. And she's got the skill to do it. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Do I need to pass it around?
No.
Okay.
They'll take it.
no, okay. So this, and they're not really in order. It's my brain doesn't think in order. I have to know this because this is what, you know, when they're talking about women getting ready to fight in the Olympics and all that, I start doing the math, you know, I'm going to be older, you know, I have to, right, you know. And so, obviously I was too old, I didn't get the opportunity. But what did it feel like fighting for your country? I mean,
The first
explain
time.
that, and you probably have a million times already, but tell me.
Yeah, I believe that the first time actually fighting in the Olympics, you know, with women's boxing not being on TV, knowing that they were showing me on TV for millions of people back, you know, back home and around the world, I just felt honored to be able to carry women's boxing. You know, I was walking to the ring one fight. I think it was my second or my first fight, and I see Lucia Riker sitting there. I had watched her box and I watched her documentary, but I had never seen her. And just the fact that she was front row seat in my fight, I was just like, I really gotta do a good job, you know. And I felt like up in every fight, if I did bad, women's boxing did bad because I felt like I'm the best. So it's like, if you want to see the best for women's boxing, you see me, and if I look bad, you think women's boxing is bad. So I felt like I had to always overperform, and you know, just winning the Olympics, you know, being in the finals against Russia for the first Olympics. So many critics, you know, it was critics on the team, coaches that were critics, people here back in the U.S. saying that, you know, this was Rocky and she was too strong, I was too young. And then once I beat her, I just remember thinking to myself, I had seen her box, and it was nothing in me that felt like I couldn't beat her. You know, so when I went in and I actually did, I was like, okay, this is my dream since I was 13, and I just won the Olympics. I was excited, but I held everything in, you know, because my coach was like, when you win, you don't jump up and down. You just
like you've been there.
Yeah, I won. Thank you. I did a great job. But I held so much in, and that's what made me go crazy when I won again in 2016. I think 2016 was pretty easy Olympics for me. I think I walked through. I did a great job against every fighter. Won unanimous. Haven't lost in almost 4 years. And it was just like winning that second gold. It was scary because it was like, you're not supposed to do this. No, not even a man in America has done it. You know, the men can barely get a gold. You know, Andre Ward was the last one. Well, they can barely medal in that. And I always give props to Shakur and props to Nico because they did a great job in 2016 Olympics, but it was just like, to go back and win not just any medal, but win another Olympic gold medal, I was like, I kind of had to hit my knees and pray before I kind of just fell almost. It was like my mind was racing and we're going to walk to the fights, and it was all this doubt creeping in, not because I thought I couldn't beat her. That wasn't it. It was because this had never been done before, and if you do this, what's going to happen? You know, it's like, I always said, nobody gave me any respect for winning my first Olympic gold medal. So I definitely have to go back and win too. Then maybe they'll respect me, and I kind of felt that way because my coach always told me, in order for you to get any recognition, you got to be 10 times better than the men. I think me winning another Olympic gold medal made me 10 times better than the men. So I was just like, I have to do it. So when I went out there and I actually did it, and it was a breeze, I just let myself, all the stuff that I held in from 2012, and then all the excitement happened in 2016, I just let it all out, and I kind of went crazy.
That's fun.
It was a great feeling.
You deserved it. But so that leads me into my next question. Like, when you're standing on that Olympic gold medal platform and they start to play the national anthem, I mean, I don't think I could contain like my emotions. I think I would just start like tears, and I don't even know how I would react. So how did that feel? Like, you're standing up there, you know you're the best in the world, and here's the national anthem.
When I was standing up there, my mind was kind of just like, I just kept saying to myself, oh my God, you really have. And I put my other Olympic gold medal in my pocket so I can have both of them on the podium. And it was just like, I just kept saying to myself, I just feel like it was unbelievable. And you kind of just have a sense of relief that, I'm glad it's all over. But I mean, that is like I always tell people that if you know me, I can look at pictures and tell you if I'm happy or not. No matter if I'm smiling or not, but I can look and I can tell you, that was a fake smile. I was taking that picture, but I was kind of upset, and I can tell. But I know from the Olympics, that was the happiest I've ever been in my life, and I've done a lot of things in my life, a lot of tournaments, a lot of wins, a lot of good things just for people, but that made me internally happy. And you know, I was just like, you know, turning. I always get emotional about turning pro because I gave up my third Olympic gold medal, and I want to go back because I know I can win it. But it's like the Olympics was the happiest I've ever been in my life, ever.
What did you do to celebrate? That you can share, or you want to share?
No, I actually went home. I went to a few parties with my friends. I did a lot of community stuff when I got home. You know, just about the water crisis. You know, a lot of motivational speaking. It was more like I was more business. If you talk about celebrating, I kind of just enjoyed everything that came with winning a gold medal. So the interviews, the phone calls, the traveling to New York, you know, 2 or 3 times a week to do stuff. So celebrating to me was more of just being able to be around my family and actually, you know, talk to everybody, tell them what I saw up in Rio, all the crazy things that happened about how I got lost in the cab in Rio, and the driver didn't speak English. It was just crazy, but I just enjoy being around my family and being able to be myself. You know, I'm always myself, but you know, there's a certain way you have to be, of course, for cameras, and then there's a certain way you are around your friends. And I'm completely goofy,